Hello, Raptors Nation. Sean Davis here for the Raptors Nation, your home for everything Raptors. It's draft night. And what should the Raptors do with their draft picks potentially? Because as of right now, the Raptors only have the 33rd pick in this draft, but they might be getting the number 7 overall pick potentially in the package, giving up OG Anunoby to Portland. I just did a recent video talking about what that could look like. Nothing is official as of recording, but so what could this look like for the Raptors? I'm going to break down some options for the Raptors. I'm going to do this in a scenario where they trade up. Well, they trade OG Anunoby to get pick number 7. So I'll give some options for the Raptors at number 7. I have a couple of options for the Raptors at pick number 33. But a quick reminder before we get into all that, please do subscribe right here to the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. Ring that post notification bell as well. It's going to be a very busy offseason. We got free agency kicking off in a little over a week from now as the time of this recording. So you're going to stay in the know with all our latest draft and free agency coverage. And next season is going to be a lot of fun. So you want to stay in the know, subscribe right here to the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. Now let's get into it. Let's start for some options for the number 7 overall pick. Let's go Bennedict Mathurin, guard out of Arizona. He's been probably the biggest riser in this draft class. And I do want to preface this by saying, remember about a month ago now, the Raptors worked out Bennedict Mathurin, and I thought that was incredibly bizarre. I actually did a whole video on it. Go check that out, one of these corners or whatever. But I thought that was incredibly bizarre. And now look around. So everything's coming back full circle because Bennedict Mathurin is a lottery pick, if not a top 10 pick. So I think this could be an option. There's been talks about Bennedict Mathurin potentially being picked as high as 5 by the Detroit Pistons. But this makes a lot of sense. I love this fit for the Raptors as well. A really good scorer of the basketball, really nice floater, and he relies on a lot. Really nice shooting motion. I think when you watch film or we look at the stats and stuff like that, if a player shoots 50% from 3 or whatever, but the way their form looks, sometimes you can tell if their shooting ability will be able to translate by their mechanics and how they shoot. Bennedict Mathurin, really nice mechanics. He's shown flashes of some playmaking ability out of pick and roll situations. Really athletic guard/wing. I like this a lot. And I think defensively, he's not the best defender, but when he actually locks in defensively, I think with Nick Nurse, he would have to lock in defensively. When he does lock in defensively, he has a lot of potential on that end of the floor, but he often dies when guarding screens. I'll have a breakdown if they do wind up drafting him. And, he just is a lot good enough on that end of the floor. He gambles a lot too, which I really, really hate. It's annoying to watch a player gamble because if you gamble, you don't get it, then typically it's a 5-on-4 and the offense gets a bucket there. But Bennedict Mathurin, I'm a huge fan of his game. I think this makes a lot of sense if the Raptors were to potentially get this done. Number 2, let's go on to Jalen Duran. This one I actually think is a real possibility because there's a chance Bennedict might get taken a little earlier. Again, I mentioned the Pacers and the Pistons. The Kings might even do it because they might be stuck at 4 with one of the weirdest draft spots based off of what their team needs. But Jalen Duran, this could be the center that the Raptors have long been looking for. And just imagine a pairing, a center front court of Jalen Duran and Preston Chua. That is phenomenal. Both Memphis guys, by the way. So maybe the Raptors have a thing for Memphis centers, but Jalen Duran is one of the most high upside players in the draft. Jalen Duran, he has a lot of skills offensively. He's really athletic. He can't really shoot the 3 ball that well as of now, but he can actually really shoot the mid-range game. He has that 18-foot jumper, which I think is good enough. Insane athlete. That's the first thing that pops off on tape. He is an insane athlete, really raw draft prospect, especially defensively. And I think he's going to have to be able to create more from the post, however, because honestly, offensively, when he gets in the post, he's looking to face up and shoot a mid-range jumper. I think he has to develop his game in terms of being a back-to-the-basket center at times. Just add that to his repertoire. But right now, just a really raw, freak athlete that can shoot from the mid-range and has some potential, really nice potential, actually, defensively. One of the notes, I'm looking at my scouting report here right now on him. He seems to be in the right spots a lot defensively, but the problem with him is he just never makes the play. He's in the right spots, but he's never able to get the steal or the deflection or be able to affect the shot. That's something that I think could change when he gets to the pro level. But Jalen Duran, I think if he does not go in the top 10, that'd be a travesty. Jalen Duran, amazing prospect. I love his game a lot. Now let's move on to some options at pick number 33. Let's start off with one of my favorite players in the draft, and this makes a lot of sense. Andrew Nembhard, guard out of Gonzaga. I've talked about him a lot on this channel, actually, even already, that the Raptors, they should be prioritizing, trying to make life easier for Fred VanVleet, because you saw down the stretch last season, he was getting fatigued, he was getting banged up. You don't want Fred VanVleet playing 38 to 42 minutes a game, a night anyway, like he did last season going forward. That's just not sustainable for a guard like Fred VanVleet. You go get Andrew Nembhard, who, in my opinion, year one, can at least contribute real 15 minutes off the bench as a point guard to run the offense and be a game manager. That's all you need. He's an inconsistent defender, but he's like one of those guys, again, like all these guys I mentioned, the kind of inconsistent, except for my number 4 option. They're inconsistent defenders, but they have flashes where if they lock in, they can actually show some potential on that end of the floor. Not the best three-point shooter. He has kind of a weird push shot. Like, it's really hard to describe while just talking to you guys, but I'll do a film breakdown on any of these guys or anybody if they do draft them. But Andrew Nembhard, I love his game. Great passer. He is really dynamic in transition. I love his ability to get out and run in transition and be a facilitator and decision maker while running in transition. Andrew Nembhard makes a lot of sense, and I think you could get 2 year one rotation pieces in this draft if you trade up, and you get 7 and you get 33, or even if you just get 33, you stick around at 33. I think the Raptors still can make some noise. Now let's move on to our final one. Max Christie, wing from Michigan State, just a 3-and-D wing. That's all you need. Probably the best defender out of these 4. Worked under a great coach in Tom Izzo. Max Christie, I think he could be a steal in this draft class. And I mean, you look at Max Christie, I think his mechanics defensively, how he moves, the length, his size that he has, and he could be a real positive defender right now. He does a really great job at avoiding contacts on the screen, so getting skinny is what you would call it. And man, his defense and his ability to buy in defensively, he just have to be the most ridiculous offensive player. He has an okay first step. He has a good job of pitching the ball up in transition and relocating to spots, and he's a solid, tough shot maker. So I think there is some potential offensively as well. Max Christie, I'm really, really intrigued by him. Now, he only shot he did not shoot the 3 ball well. He shot around 32% from 3, but I'm not too concerned about that. Another one of those players where I think his shooting ability, while he didn't shoot that great, I do think that his shooting ability in a positive way will translate over to the NBA game. But Raptors Nation, comment down below. Are you interested in any of these guys? Or if not, who would you like to see the Raptors draft at either 7 or 33? Comment down below. And as always, subscribe right here to the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. Ring that post notification bell as well. Sean Davis here for the Raptors Nation. Stay safe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.